We're gonna cover the 3 biggest mistakes that high school throwers make, and we're gonna give you the solutions, and we're gonna start right now. So high school throwers love doing very, very unique things. They love doing the triple wind, maybe even the quadruple wind out of the back of the circle. They love landing at the front of the circle in weird contorted positions. And they also love doing weird things on the finish that you otherwise would never see a professional thrower do. And the reason is they've just probably never actually been taught how to do these things. So when we're looking at throwing, I want to dive right into what we need to do. The first error that high school throwers make is that they will sweep with their knee very close to their other knee. And what ends up happening is I refer to this as the knee sweep. And so if you're a high school thrower, what I want you to do is pick up your cell phone while you're watching this video on your laptop or on an iPad or another person's device, and watch and see if you do this, if you're a rotational shot putter or a discus thrower. So when we're throwing the discus or when we're throwing the rotational shot, typically what we tend to see right away, and I also get this the most frequently inside of my DMs on Instagram, is we will see throwers come out of the back of the circle with their right knee, if they're a right-handed thrower, really close to their left knee. So they go like this, and they put the knee right here, and they sort of sweep like this, and then they're falling over. So that first key error is that we see the knee sweep, okay? And so we wanna see, all right, if this is here, what can we do to fix it? How can you improve? How can you take this and make it more rotational? Okay, so the first big factor is we just wanna think about let this left knee open a little more, be a little bit more patient right out of the back. 1, don't do the triple or the quadruple wind. We want 1 wind, open, okay? The next thing we wanna think about is pushing this right knee out here. Get it away from the left knee, okay? So we wanna think push, out, and then when we get here, we wanna kick that soccer ball, easy cue. Sweep and kick that soccer ball forward, okay? So we're here, open patiently, no quadruple wind. 1 wind, open patiently, push the right knee away from the left knee wide, soccer sweep forward, okay? And as we get forward, we're gonna sweep here, okay? So that's that first big error that we typically see is going to be the knee sweep. The solution is you can do 1 pump, open patiently, sweep wide, and you can even do a simple drill like this here, okay? You can do 5 of these, forcing that right leg wide, 5 reps, 5 reps, 5 reps, boom, here. And then you can take that throw, practicing that wide right leg sweep, no knee sweep. The second wild thing that we typically see is a front position, a power position, or a standing throw position. We refer to it as a standing throw. A lot of people will say the power position, they're sort of interchangeable. That is like this. So we'll have high school throwers come here, okay? And they're literally landing like this. And this could be the glide, the spin, or the discus. So they'll be here, and then it feels really weird to open and get forward, okay? So we're landing with our hips here. And even if we're gliding, we don't want that, okay? We want to land with that left knee open to the sector. If you watch Ryan Krauser, if you watch Val Allman, the best technicians in the world, their left knee is either inside the right sector or open to the center. So we want to get to the front here, okay? That means our shoulders have to stay back. We have to have mobility here, but we don't want them here. We want the left knee open. So if we're spinning, what's gonna help that is not having the knee sweep, okay? So we're gonna go wide here, and then already that left leg can land. At the very least, it's gonna be here. At the best, it's gonna be a little more open inside the right sector. If we're gliding, we can come out of the back, and as we go, that was a bad glide, boom, okay? My knee goes inside that sector here, okay? And we can keep that left shoulder back. But we wanna let that left hip open, because when that hip opens, now we get this big stretch across our abs here, okay? And it creates this big stretch into that big finish. If anybody's an old school guy or an old school woman, you've seen the Werner Gunther video where he compares it to that pole vault. It's a very similar feeling. I don't know if it's the best analogy, but it is something where you feel that big long stretch, then that gets into that finish. And finally, the third big one, and I believe this is probably the most common error because a lot of high school coaches still don't want their kids to take full throws. And this blows me away. This would be like having a kid step onto a wrestling mat and tell them they can't wrestle from the bottom, or telling a football team, we can't practice special teams, offense and defense. We don't want to do all those things. It's complicated. No one does that. Why are we still doing this? It's 2023, holy crap. But a lot of kids will just be taking standing throws. So they're here, first they're doing this thing, and then they come back, okay? They open and they pick up. So all their weight shifts into the left and they're opening with the upper body, and then they pick this up. So they go here, boom. And then they fall forward, or to save the throw, they fall backwards, okay? So they go here. They're throwing the discus, it's like this, then the discus comes like that. Or the shot, here. And then they fall out the front left side of the sector, of the circle. So what we can do is take standing throws by keeping our feet grounded, okay? Think about boxers. They're here, boom, okay? They're throwing that punch, they're grounded. They're not throwing punches like this. Think about wrestlers hitting a blast double. They're driving through the floor, driving through their opponent. We need to apply force into the shot through the ground. Okay, so we're here, and what we can do, we want the left knee open, remember? Okay, here, and we can think open while our shot stays back. Take a stand like this and stick it, okay? Stick it with the right leg down. We can take 10 stands like that, and then we can work the drill with that long right leg sweep. We can work landing in the power position with the left knee open, and then we can do these stands. Boom, okay? We can take 10 of these. And then the next day, what we can do is we can take 10 where we throw, step through, okay? Throw, step through. And we wanna keep that right leg grounded as long as possible, and then we can progress into throw, reverse, forward. But we want to think about the whole hip coming forward here. Okay, so you can head over to throwsuniversity.com. You can pick up the Learn to Throw the Discus in 30 days, and it will drastically improve your overall comprehension. But the big factor here, push the right knee wide. No more knee sweeps. Land with the left hip more open at the front, okay? Don't land in this really weird position here. And then finally, keep that right leg down on the finish. Take your no feet throws, take your non-reverse throws, work on practicing a low right foot reverse. Those are all simple fixes to the 3 most common problems that we see with high school athletes. Head over to throwsuniversity.com. You can pick up a program or course today. Apply these 3 things to your throws so that you can drop some bombs. Until next time, guys, peace.